Alright, so our home page is essentially finished. We have a working slideshow, tabs, and the bottom blog area. So now what I want to do is create the actual blog page. So we're going to have to go to our appearance, menus, and let's bring over the blog page we created a little while ago. And I'm going to get rid of the sample page. Okay, save menu, and if we go and reload and we go to blog, it's just the static content in our index file, so we need to change that. So let's go to index.php, and let's also open the blog.html from our template that we created. Okay, so if we go down, you can see we have this section with the title bar. We're going to grab that, and in our index we want to get rid of the whole showcase section, the whole tab section. Okay, so completely get rid of that. Alright, and then we're going to paste in that title bar, and we'll just leave it as blog. And let's take a look here again, and you can see that we have, actually no, that looks good actually. So what we should have here is, we need one article to loop through, so we can get rid of these two. Alright, and then let's go right above article. And first thing I want to do is check to see if there are any posts. So we're going to say if has posts. Oops. And then we'll end that down here. PHP end if. Okay. And then we'll have our while loop. PHP while have posts. And then we want to do the post. Okay, and then we're going to end that down here. And then we can add our dynamic content. We're going to have the title. And then we'll have the excerpt. Okay, the image will go here. Okay, and then let's see, the read more is going to have the permalink. Alright, let's save it and go back to our blog page. Uncaught error, call to undefined function has posts. Oh, I put has, it should be have. So right here should be have posts. Okay. Now, let's see, for the image, we need to fix that. So all we should need to do here is put that class post, what do we call it? Post thumb, I believe. Yeah. Alright. Now, notice that the ones that don't have images, we just have this blank space, and we don't want that. So we're just going to do a little bit of conditional statements here. So we're going to go, let's see, right here, right above where we have the 1/3 div, and we're going to say PHP if has post thumbnail. Okay, if it has post thumbnail, then we want this whole block. Okay, so we'll end that there. And then down here, we only want this div if there is a thumbnail. So we're going to use that same if Put that here, and then we're going to say PHP else. Okay, if there is no thumbnail, then we just want it to be a regular div. Okay, no grid classes. So if we save that and reload, now you can see when there is no image, it just takes up the whole space, which is what we want. Alright, now we also want the metadata under the title. So let's go right under where we have our H3, and I'm just going to paste this in, stuff that we've worked with before, posted on, and then we're using the time, and then by, we have the author with a link around it that will take us to the author's page. Okay, we'll save that, reload, and there we go. Okay, if we click on admin, it's going to take us to a page with all of those posts by the admin. Next thing, if we click read more, it brings us to the single page, which I don't want to look like this. So we're going to change that around. So let's create a new file, save it as single.php. Okay, and we're just going to copy what we have in the index file. And let's paste that in single. Okay, now this is going to be a little different because we want the title to be up here. So that means we have to have the while loop start way up there. Alright, and we actually don't need the if. We'll get rid of that. Make sure you get rid of the end if at the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to take the while loop, cut that out, and we're going to bring it up to the top here. Now we should be able to use the title right here. Okay. Now let's see. In our article we have these 1/3, 2/3 divs. We don't want any of that. So we're going to get rid of, let's see, this div. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, so we have our article and then we have the image down here. We want to get rid of that and that. Okay, and then finally the div. What's this div? That's for the meta. This div right here, we want to get rid of that. Okay, so let's save that and reload. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to separate this so that we can have the main area and then an area for the sidebar widgets. So to do that, we're going to go right above the article here, and we're going to say div class unit, and this is going to be 2/3. Okay, and then that'll end right after the article. And then we'll have another div. Actually, you know what? The end while, that should also go right here. Alright, but then we're going to have another div with a class of unit and then 1/3. And this will be where the widgets go. So let's take a look at that. Okay, everything is constricted into this area, and then our widgets can go over here. So let's go ahead and paste that widget code in. Very simple. We're checking to see if the sidebar is there. If it is, then we're going to display it. So we have to go into functions.php, and we need to set up our widget initialization. Okay, I'm going to just paste this in here. And basically we're just registering a widget for the sidebar, and we're just hooking into widgets init down here. Okay, so we'll save that and let's go to the back end. Now if we reload under appearance, we now have a widgets link, and let's bring over categories. And we'll save that and then go back to the front end, reload, and there we have our categories. Alright, good. And let's see if the search bar works. Okay, nothing comes up. Let's say lorem. Okay, so search bar is good. And I think that's it. I think that we have everything set up except for the customizer. Alright, and so next we're going to work on that. We want to be able to change these colors. We also want to be able to change it to a light theme if we want. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.